and that really assisted us in closing in.
Roberts told the marshals he'd seen himself on America's Most Wanted. But when our cameras caught up with him, he sang a different tune.
Did you know you were on America's Most Wanted?
No. Thank you, America's Most Wanted, for finding my brother's killer, getting him off the streets. I know a lot of people have been praying for me, so I think that's what made it happen. A lot of prayer, a lot of faith, and, just believing that, justice will be served.
That was a great capture. It was Ryan's grandmother, Cheryl Abney Green, who wrote to us. She'd lost her brother 23 years ago in the case that we first profiled on America's Most Wanted. And now she has lost a grandson. But through it all, she's remained strong. And what she wrote us about Ryan touched us all so much. And I'd like to read you just a little bit of it. He is truly a young man making a positive impact in society. I say is, because Ryan will live forever in our hearts. I understand more than most. And I'm just happy we're able to find justice for your family one more time. You're a convicted sex offender.
Oh, is this a video?
You're here because you want to get that girl back. That's your daughter.
Searchers are here to find evidence. They're not here to find a body.
Here in California, there's a missing teenager who's on everyone's mind. 15-year-old Sierra Lamar. Now, Sierra was last seen in Santa Clara County. That was about 2 months ago. And now everybody in the country is asking the question, where is Sierra Lamar? Well, tonight I'm sitting down with her father as we try to bring home another missing child. The mystery of what exactly happened to Sierra Lamar grows in the shadows of some dark family secrets and in a section of Northern California where predators have a million places to hide.
Oh, is this a video?
Okay. All right, then.
Like so many teenagers today, 15-year-old Sierra loves hip-hop and lives out her life on camera. But no one was videotaping on March 16th when Sierra walked out of her home, where she lived with her mother and her mother's boyfriend, and then vanished. So what happened to this energetic and popular competitive cheerleader? Sierra's mom was the last person to see her around 6 a.m. that day.
It was a typical morning. It was pretty much a routine. I would get ready for work, and before leaving, I would say goodbye to Sierra. And I would give her her lunch money, and I would make sure that it was in her purse and zip it up.
That purse was found here along with some of Sierra's school books a few days after she disappeared. They were wedged between this shack and a cactus about 2 miles from Sierra's home. Then on this nearby corner, searchers found Sierra's cell phone.
That was attached to her hip. As any normal teenager, she was on it frequently and always had it by her. So that's why discovering that was really difficult to hear.
Investigators believe Sierra texted a friend before she headed off to school. She normally walked alone for less than 10 minutes to the school bus. Scan their quiet dead-end street, and it's hard to imagine how anyone could have grabbed Sierra here without careful planning. But then, turn the corner, walk the last quarter of a mile to Sierra's bus stop, and the possibilities multiply.
It's on the outskirts of Morgan Hill. There's big lots. It's in a county area. There's a lot of migrant workers in the area. There's a lot of major big houses. There's a lot of shacks. There's a lot of agriculture. It's a really different area.
Sheriff Lori Smith watches over Santa Clara County on the edge of Silicon Valley. She believes Sierra's abduction was a crime of opportunity.
If this is a situational abduction, that means that the person saw her, wanted something, generally the motive is sex, and abducted her. It wasn't planned, there wasn't a type. She was available, she was vulnerable, and she was desirable. And that's the way we're leaning, but we're not closing the door to any possibilities.
Cops zeroed in on Sierra's family first, and for good reason. Sierra's dad, Steve Lamar, volunteered some disturbing information early on. Steve is a registered sex offender.
We were still married, but at the time, I was focused on the kids and being the PTA mom and on my career. We were drifting before that, way before that. I don't want to go into details about that situation or the case because the issue at hand is Sierra right now.
Cops say no one close to Sierra, including Steve, is a suspect at this time. And Steve didn't hesitate to sit down with me one-on-one. I'm not betraying a trust here. It's been in many, many media reports that you're a convicted sex offender. Mm-hmm. And I know that's not your reason that you're here. You're here because you want to get that girl back. That's your daughter. That's your flesh and blood.
What I did was, within the first half hour that the first deputy from the sheriff's department came, I told him, that I was a sex offender, registered sex offender, and so I, revealed that and was really open and
Right at the house, when they came to the house.
Yeah.
The question that everyone seems to kind of avoid, is there a possibility that Sierra, for whatever reason, might have gotten it into her 15-year-old head? I'm going to a new place. Lots of things have happened. Dad's a convicted sex offender. Mom and dad are divorced. We're living in a new house. It's too much. I'm going to hit the road. Is that possible? I don't hear anybody saying that.
No, that would be very unlikely in my mind, just because I know what state of mind Sierra was in. I had seen her the weekend before she went missing. I had talked to her on the phone the night before she went missing. Her state of mind, she was happy.
So I never give up, but the odds are pretty slim. You know that.
Yeah.
And how are you dealing with that?
I'm positive and adamant about it. I'm never giving up until I find her. I'm hoping that you and your show will help us. I have confidence.
Steve didn't just put faith in our show. Countless volunteers have been helping search for Sierra since day one.
It's this area right here. We are searching.
And the search isn't an easy one. Some of these men and women are on their 8th mission. The grid they're covering is wide through tough terrain. Christine Din, a volunteer with child advocate organization Class Kids, stays beside the family at the search center. Christine's sister, Michelle Lay, was murdered allegedly by a friend. Searchers scoured a similar Bay Area grid for months before a volunteer found Michelle's body.
It's important to keep going back, and it's important to keep trying every weekend. And with Sierra, there's still a lot of hope. The point is, searchers are here to find evidence. They're not here to find a body.
And that's where you come in. Police say anyone could have information that leads to this child's safe return.
It's what your instinct is. Is there someone that you think is suspicious? But this person may be such a psychopath that they're not showing remorse. But didn't they go to work? Do they have an obsessive nature about watching the media, or are they avoiding the media? Have they changed the color of the car? Have they changed their appearance? Have they changed the tires on their car?
And there is a car involved in the investigation. It was spotted on surveillance video near Sierra's home the day she went missing. Police impounded this red 1990s Volkswagen Jetta with a distinctive black hood. They won't tell us why, but they think it's connected to Sierra's disappearance and want viewers to tell them if they saw it before on or after March 16th. If you know anything at all about Sierra's disappearance, call us at 1-800-CRIME-TV or go online to our website, amw.com.
Where's your mom at tonight?
Let me try.
Do this.
Here, okay, let me try.